Have you ever heard that eating just one simple food before 8 a.m. could help slow the aging of your leg muscles by nearly a decade? No, I'm not talking about medications or expensive supplements. I'm talking about an ordinary food, one that's found in most kitchens, often sitting in plain sight. Yet despite how common it is, it's rarely included in the morning routine of those who need it most. The truth is, research now shows that adding this one food to your breakfast could help adults over 60 maintain muscle strength in their legs, improve balance, prevent painful nighttime cramps, and reduce the chances of muscle loss by up to 72%. That's not speculation, it's supported by real data. And yet, while this solution is so accessible, it remains unknown to the majority of seniors. Even worse, many people unknowingly make the problem worse by reaching for the wrong foods first thing in the morning. Foods that trigger the exact muscle breakdown we're trying to avoid. So here's the question, are you accidentally weakening your legs each day without even realizing it? If you're over 60 and your legs feel less stable, if getting out of a chair takes effort, or if walking across the room has become more cautious than confident, this could be your wake-up call. Because in this video, we're going to uncover what to eat, when to eat it, and how 5 simple breakfast choices could help you protect your mobility and stay independent for years to come. Make sure to stay with me until the end, because the final food I'll reveal may be the most surprising of all, and the one that makes the biggest difference. Now let's get into what's really going on. Most people don't realize that after the age of 60, the body enters a new phase of metabolic resistance. Your muscles become harder to maintain and slower to rebuild, even if you stay active. This isn't due to laziness or poor genetics, it's largely because of hormonal shifts and a phenomenon called anabolic resistance. That's when your body stops responding as effectively to the normal cues that tell it to build or preserve muscle tissue. In younger years, even a modest amount of protein could spark muscle repair. But past 60, your system needs higher quality fuel, delivered at very specific times, to respond in the same way. And the most crucial window for that fuel is immediately after waking up. During sleep, your body goes into a prolonged fasting state. If you don't eat the right food soon after, your system starts looking elsewhere for energy, and unfortunately, that means pulling it from your own muscle fibers. The legs, being the largest and most demanding muscle group in your body, often bear the brunt of that early morning breakdown. That's why so many seniors describe feeling heavy-legged, unstable, or just slow to move after getting out of bed. But this isn't permanent. In fact, studies have shown that even after age 65, the right nutritional routine can restore lost strength and reverse some of the most frustrating symptoms of sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle. And that process doesn't require any extreme diets or workout routines. It begins with one well-timed meal, breakfast. So let's take a moment to think about what usually happens in a typical senior's morning. Many people either skip breakfast altogether or go for something light and fast, toast, tea, maybe a biscuit or some fruit juice. Others depend on coffee to suppress their appetite. And while that might feel fine in the moment, it sets off a chain reaction that silently chips away at the muscles holding you upright. Without enough protein, your body doesn't initiate the process of muscle protein synthesis. Without enough electrolytes and minerals, leg muscles can't contract smoothly, leading to cramps or shaking. Without steady complex carbohydrates, your system lacks energy, forcing it to break down stored tissue for fuel. It's a metabolic trap, and one that's entirely avoidable. That's where breakfast becomes more than a meal. It becomes your first treatment of the day. If you choose the right combination of foods that are rich in complete proteins, B vitamins, magnesium, potassium, and healthy fats, you create a biochemical signal that tells your body, preserve the muscle. Protect the balance. Heal. Let's start with the simplest one. It's not flashy, and it's definitely not new, but it continues to outperform almost every trendy supplement on the market. Eggs, real, whole eggs, are possibly the most complete muscle rebuilding food available to people over 60. And no, this isn't just about protein. Eggs carry something far more powerful than protein alone. Inside the yolk is leucine, a branched-chain amino acid your body needs in order to activate something called muscle protein synthesis. Without leucine, your muscles don't get the signal to grow or maintain themselves. And older adults, especially those with anabolic resistance, need a much stronger signal. Studies from the University of Illinois and several geriatric nutrition labs around the world have shown that when seniors consume at least 2 eggs within an hour of waking, their muscle repair rates significantly improve. Not just marginally, but measurably. But there's more going on inside the egg than just muscle protein triggers. The B12 in eggs is essential for protecting nerve tissue, particularly the myelin sheath that surrounds and insulates your nerves. As we age, that protective layer becomes thinner, which leads to delayed signals between your brain and your legs, often experienced as hesitation, stumbles, or missteps. B12 helps restore that communication. And that's exactly why eggs are considered a complete neuromuscular food for seniors. Then there's the iron, a form that's highly absorbable and needed to deliver oxygen to muscle cells. Low iron levels, which are common in older adults, can lead to weakness, fatigue, and slower healing. When oxygen isn't reaching your leg muscles efficiently, every step becomes a little more difficult. Now let's be clear, eating 1 egg won't change your body overnight. But eating it consistently, within that first 30 to 60 minutes after waking, can reset the trajectory of your strength. And for those who want to maximize benefits, pairing eggs with spinach or tomatoes adds antioxidants, magnesium, and potassium, all of which support nerve function, blood flow, and proper muscle contraction. The goal isn't complexity. It's consistency and timing. That same principle applies to another food that's often overlooked because it seems too basic to matter: oats. Specifically, slow-cooked oats, the kind that take a few minutes rather than being instant. When combined with chia seeds, they become a metabolic powerhouse that keeps your energy steady while feeding your muscles with essential nutrients for repair. Oats are rich in beta-glucan, a fiber that reduces inflammation and stabilizes blood sugar. This is key because stable glucose levels allow for better absorption of amino acids and minerals that your muscles depend on. Without that balance, even a high-protein meal won't be properly utilized. Chia seeds, on the other hand, bring their own set of weapons to the table. Omega-3 fatty acids to reduce muscle inflammation, calcium and potassium to maintain electrical balance in muscle tissue, and magnesium to ease muscle tension. Many people with leg cramps at night are simply low in magnesium and potassium, and chia offers both in a single tablespoon. One thing to be mindful of is how it's prepared. Sweetened oats or flavored instant packets do more harm than good. Added sugars lead to blood sugar spikes and inflammation, which can actually undo some of the benefit. Instead, prepare your oats with water or unsweetened almond milk, and stir in chia seeds at the end. A few slices of banana or blueberries add sweetness and antioxidants, not processed sugar. Within 15 minutes, you've delivered fuel, fiber, minerals, and muscle-building compounds, all in one bowl. But let's pause here and consider what all of this actually means. These aren't superfoods. These aren't rare ingredients. These are common foods used at uncommon times. And that's the entire point. Seniors don't need to reinvent their entire diet or shop at expensive health stores. They need to use familiar foods more strategically, with intention and timing as the guiding principles. Because what often causes leg weakness isn't one big health event, it's the slow erosion of strength caused by small, repeated decisions made day after day. Skipping meals. Relying on sugar. Postponing protein until dinner. All of these habits, when repeated, train your body to survive by eating itself. And it starts with your legs. In the next part, we'll explore the next 3 morning foods that complete this leg-protecting protocol. One of them is a fruit you've probably eaten without thinking twice, but when timed correctly, it becomes a natural electrolyte therapy for aging muscles. Another is a creamy, high-protein meal that helps your muscles rebuild during the exact hours they tend to shrink. And the last one? It's a type of fish most seniors avoid because they think it's too heavy, but it's actually one of the most powerful anti-inflammatory tools for restoring leg strength without drugs or exercise. Now that you've started to see how a smart breakfast can begin repairing your legs from the inside out, it's time to look at what else your morning routine might be missing. Because what you eat is only one piece of the equation. When you eat it, and how your body uses it, can change everything. Especially when it comes to the legs, which are not only your body's largest muscle group but also its most metabolically demanding. Let's go deeper into how certain foods, when introduced early in the day, can restore that demand instead of draining it. Take bananas, for instance. They're often thought of as just a convenient snack, something you might toss into a smoothie or grab on the go. But for seniors, bananas, especially when eaten alongside a complete breakfast, play a critical role in muscle function and nerve communication. That's because they're packed with potassium, a mineral essential for maintaining electrical activity in your muscles. Without enough of it, leg muscles misfire. That's when cramps, twitches, or that sudden Charlie horse feeling appears, often in the middle of the night or after long periods of sitting. What makes potassium so powerful is that it helps maintain fluid balance inside your muscle cells. It's what allows muscles to contract and release smoothly. And when levels are low, the result is stiffness, spasms, and instability. A medium banana provides around 400 milligrams of potassium, just enough to kickstart your electrolyte levels after a night of fasting. But it also comes with vitamin B6, which supports nerve health. That combination, muscle conduction and nerve signaling, is why a banana is far more than just a fruit. It's a recalibration tool for the entire lower body. Still, it matters when and how you eat it. On its own, a banana, especially a ripe one, can spike blood sugar. But when paired with a protein source like yogurt or eggs, the absorption slows down. That's when it becomes therapeutic. Ideally, a banana should come right after your main breakfast, not before. That sequence helps stabilize glucose, control insulin response, and extend energy throughout the morning. Now, while bananas support contraction and nerve balance, they're just part of the recovery process. What your legs also need is a sustained, slow-digesting protein that doesn't just give a boost, but actually promotes overnight repair. That's where Greek yogurt comes in. Unlike regular yogurt, Greek yogurt is triple-strained, giving it a much higher protein content, particularly casein protein. Casein is slow to digest, meaning it releases amino acids steadily, rather than all at once. That's exactly what aging muscles need, especially when they've been breaking down during the night. What makes Greek yogurt ideal for seniors is not just its protein density, but also its calcium and vitamin D content. Those nutrients work together to strengthen the bones that support your legs, while also regulating neuromuscular coordination. People often forget that balance isn't just about muscles, it's about how your muscles talk to your brain, and vice versa. Calcium plays a key role in that communication, while vitamin D helps the system absorb and use it effectively. But perhaps most underestimated are the probiotics found in quality Greek yogurt. These healthy bacteria don't just help with digestion, they also reduce systemic inflammation. And inflammation, especially in the lower body, is a major driver of stiffness, reduced range of motion, and even circulatory problems. When you reduce inflammation at the gut level, you're freeing up your legs to receive more nutrients and respond better to physical demands. For those who struggle with dairy, there are lactose-free versions or options made from goat milk, which tend to be gentler on digestion. What's important is that the yogurt is plain, unsweetened, and consumed as part of the first meal. Avoiding flavored or sugary versions is critical, because excess sugar can block the absorption of key minerals, fuel unwanted inflammation, and reverse much of the benefit you were aiming for. Now, as important as protein, potassium, and probiotics are, there's one more nutrient group your legs desperately need: omega-3 fatty acids. And few foods deliver it better than salmon. This is where many seniors hesitate. Fish in the morning sounds unusual. But for decades, clinical nutrition researchers have been urging older adults to rethink this. Just 2 servings of fatty fish per week have been linked to significant preservation of muscle mass, especially in the legs. That's because omega-3s do what most people don't expect from food: they increase insulin sensitivity inside muscle tissue, making it easier for muscles to absorb protein and rebuild themselves. At the same time, omega-3s reduce chronic inflammation that would otherwise block this recovery. Think of your muscles as a construction site. If inflammation is high, it's like having constant roadblocks, making it hard for materials to arrive and repairs to begin. But when omega-3s are present, those roadblocks are cleared, and the rebuilding process can proceed. Salmon also provides a high dose of vitamin B12 and vitamin D, both essential for nerve health and balance, and more than 20 grams of highly bioavailable protein per cooked portion. And unlike red meat, which can be heavy on the digestive system, salmon is light yet powerful. Just pan-seared in olive oil or gently steamed with some greens, it becomes a full therapeutic meal. If cooking fish in the morning doesn't feel realistic, that's understandable. But it doesn't mean you have to miss out. Smoked salmon, high-quality tinned sardines, or even a few ounces of leftover salmon from dinner can all provide the same benefits. The goal isn't perfection, it's presence. Getting these nutrients into your system before noon sets your body on the right course for the entire day. But beyond the ingredients, the secret lies in something even simpler: how your morning begins. Most people underestimate the damage done by waking up dehydrated and underfueled. After 7 or 8 hours of sleep, your body is craving minerals, hydration, and movement. Ignoring that signal is what sets the spiral of weakness in motion. A glass of warm water with a pinch of mineral-rich salt, such as Celtic or Himalayan, can immediately begin rebalancing electrolytes, improving circulation, and preparing the body to absorb the nutrients you are about to give it. Everything we've covered so far leads us to one simple idea: what you eat in the first hour of the day holds more power over your strength and stability than most people ever realize. But there's one food combination we haven't talked about yet, one that seems too basic to matter, but whose effect on the body, especially the legs, can be felt in just a matter of days. It begins with something as familiar as a steamed sweet potato. Warm, soft, easy to digest. But don't let its simplicity fool you. Sweet potatoes contain complex carbohydrates that refill the energy reserves inside your muscles, what scientists call glycogen. After a long night of fasting, your legs are running on empty. And when you don't replenish those reserves quickly, your body starts breaking down your muscle tissue to get what it needs. That's why even small movements in the morning feel tiring. Your legs simply aren't fueled. What makes sweet potatoes different from other starchy foods is how they release energy. Unlike white bread or sugary cereals, sweet potatoes are digested slowly. They don't spike blood sugar, which is especially important for older adults trying to avoid insulin resistance. Instead, they provide a steady, reliable stream of energy to your lower body, reducing fatigue, shakiness, and the need to sit down after just a few minutes of standing. But the real power of this morning food comes when it's paired with a very specific ingredient, unrefined mineral-rich salt. Not regular table salt. Not something processed. But a natural salt like Celtic sea salt or pink Himalayan salt, which contains over 80 trace minerals the body needs to keep muscle and nerve function in sync. That includes magnesium, potassium, calcium, and sodium, the four most important electrolytes for muscle contraction, circulation, and cramp prevention. Together, this food pairing acts like a reset button for your legs. The sweet potato refuels your muscles. The mineral salt restores electrical balance. And both support the neurological control your legs depend on to remain stable and strong. And even beyond the muscular benefits, this combination supports circulation throughout your lower body. For many seniors, poor circulation is the hidden factor behind numbness, cold feet, or that pins and needles feeling when standing too long. The potassium and magnesium in this meal help open blood vessels and improve flow. The result isn't just stronger legs, it's legs that feel alive again. Now that you've seen the strategy, what to eat, when to eat it, and why it works, you can begin building your own morning recovery routine. And it doesn't need to be perfect. What matters is that it's consistent. That every morning, before your body starts drawing energy from your own muscle tissue, you step in and give it what it needs. So tomorrow morning, when you open your eyes, remember this: you have one opportunity before 8 a.m. to either let your strength decline further, or to feed your body in a way that reverses the trend. One chance to protect the very muscles that keep you living freely. And if you're still unsure where to start, remember this: a warm half of a sweet potato, a sprinkle of mineral salt, a boiled egg, a spoonful of yogurt, or a small bowl of oats with chia seeds, that's not just breakfast. That's your new leg therapy. Thank you for watching this video to the end. I hope what you've learned today becomes something you put into practice, not someday, but tomorrow morning. If this message resonated with you, let me know in the comments below. Share your story. Share what you plan to eat. Because your story could be the reason someone else stands up a little stronger tomorrow. And don't forget, subscribe my channel, turn on the notification bell, and join us next time.